Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Ina and today I have a sad case here for you. Something that's very common that happened to us, orchid grower and plant growers all the time is we have a recently repotted plant that's growing nicely and healthily in its pot, and then suddenly we had a wind gust or we just tripped on the plant, or maybe you have a child at home or pet and your plant will go to the floor, will fell out of its pot. Sometimes it can be quite stressful and demanding because we don't have time to report them straight away. Anyway, I will address that today. I have here a Cattleya that I reported recently here with you. And I was so happy because it was pushing out new roots in its pot, especially Cattleyas. They struggle when they are adapting to its new potting mix. So anyway, accidents can happen. It happened to me, probably happened to you before. So what should we do when this happens? So first of all, I have here my now almost bare root Cattleya. It's very dry and it's not looking at its best as it was looking before. The first thing that you should do is repot it straight away, especially if you have time. Otherwise, keep it in a position where you can at least hydrate its roots until you have time to repot your plant. The second thing that you have to do is go and how we will repot. The potting mix is new. If you just repotted your plant, that's the case of this one, you can definitely reuse the potting mix and just add more mix if you need to, or remove mix if you need to, if the orchids have grown a lot. In this case, the outer pot is broken, so I need to find a new one. I have no idea if I have a new one of this size, not now, at least now, but I will look for it. And hopefully everything will be okay. With Cattleyas, as I said, the roots will struggle probably a bit. So there are chances if your plant that was struggling, was suffering, was stressed, it will become even more stressed. But if you're very careful with the repotting, chances are that everything will be okay. So after we repot that, I will conclude your video saying what's the next step. But let's place this beauty here inside its potting mix again. Very quickly, I don't think it's going to be a difficult process. So let's start. So the first thing that we have to do here is I left it a while out of the pot. And since it's a new Cattleya that was repotted not long ago, I noticed that the old roots, they died inside the potting mix. So I need to cut all of the roots that are dead before I repot this plant. So like this. Luckily, I have some new root chips and these roots are growing and they will be able to keep my plant healthy. That's what I hope, especially looking to the state of the old roots. They might have dehydrated as well. My fault, took me a while to be able to repot this one. Let's see the other divisions. This one is one that I repotted recently here with you and it was full of divisions. So let's remove that. Some of the older roots, they are all gone. So I just need to make sure that I remove all of it to not spoil my mix. The problem with Cattleyas is that even let's say these orchids, the ones that were not dead, maybe they would adapt. They were adapting to the potting mix, but now that's being out of the potting. Maybe they dehydrate and they will die because then I'm stressing the root system once again, which is pretty sad. Anyway, so let's now go to the last division, that's this small one. I don't know if this will survive. Let's now add everything back to the pot. I will use the same pot, it's a bit messy here, I know. I know that the potting mix is new. I know there are some algae formation here, but that's because it has been exposed to the light. I haven't repotted on time, as I said. If you do it as soon as you can, especially shortly after you repot your plant, you have greater chance to save most of the roots. So let me grab my tray here and let's finish topping up this plant with bark and sphagnum moss. I'm doing the same thing that I do with all my plants. The reason why I'm having to top it up is because some of the mix fell on the floor and I lost roots as well. So the only thing that I need to finish here is the last layer of bark. Have to make sure that these roots are always stable inside the potting mix and that my plant is stable as well, so it will not suffer a lot to adapt to the new mix. And that's it. Let me take my tray out, see if I find a new outer pot, and I'll come to conclude the video. So guys, that's my repotted plant. Look how cute this pot is. I love this pot so much, and hopefully my plant will enjoy it as well. As I said, now I just hydrated my plant because all the mix was dry. My plant was completely dry as well. The roots they were being exposed to the environment, and I was not watering them frequently, so the plant dehydrated a bit. Hopefully it will recover. But the main thing that you can do when something like that happens is just make sure that your orchid will be placed back inside its pot with the mix. Try to water it when the roots are approaching dryness. Keep in a space with bright light but not expose direct to sunlight to avoid stressing the plant even more. And just notice how the roots are coping with the environment and avoid stressing the plant even more because it has already been stressed with the accident. So that was everything that I want to show you today. I will place it back to its shelving, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye!